It was getting good. He had to slide in some kind of way. Y'all give me just a minute. All right, we back online. We back online now. See, enemy didn't like what I was saying. Internet went out for no apparent reason, but that's all right. It's still the word of God, because I can repeat what I said. We have a lot of people with titles but don't have the maturity level in the spirit to be able to handle it. There was one particular incident, and I understand, and I sympathize with the sister. But there is a level of maturity which cause you to handle certain things certain ways. See, children handle things certain ways. Paul said, when I was a child, I spake as a child, and I act like a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So what was the difference between a man and a child? How they handle things. And I got to say this, and I'm going to close. Our job is to strive to be more like him, because that's what he created us to be. But for you to say, I got a bad attitude and this is just me, and you just got to accept it, the devil is a lie. Well, what did you get saved for? Did you just get saved so you could go to heaven? Or are you going to allow the Lord to have your attitude? Or are you saying to God, your attitude is bigger than God? I'm not changing this because this is who you made me, God. Now, a lot of these nasty attitudes and a lot of the ways that we are, God never made us that way, because he's not that way. Remember, he made us after him. And if he ain't snapping his fingers, cutting folks off and cussing folks out, then if we're going to be like him, we can't do that either. And I understand it's a process. But don't hold me in bondage to your failures or places where you don't want to grow up. Well, I'm finna get in trouble. No, none of us are perfect. But we ought to be striving to get there. They ought to be something else that's striving that wanna do better. So think about that. Because those things that you said that just are you, I challenge you to submit them to the Lord and see what he says. Because a lot of things that we say is him. And not only that, we tell him he got to accept it. He doesn't have to accept it at all. He doesn't have to accept it at all.